So hello to everyone who decided to join us today and to know more, to learn more about the possibilities that you can have in Vilnius, in Lithuania, in order to pursue your career, to upgrade yourself. And first of all, my name is Jana, and I would be the moderator of today's workshop, and I'm a project manager of International House Vilnius, and I'm responsible for event organizing, activities organizing, anything, for all the internationals to feel welcome in Vilnius and to integrate better. So, and I'm really happy to also introduce today's speaker. Her name is Hanna, and Hanna is a specialist with a solid experience, and she will, and I know she will, help you to understand today how to create the series, the motivation letter, to inspire people to hire you to get your grant, or I don't know what else you can do with it, but apparently maybe no one will give you a loan for that, but still. So yeah, just joking. But Hannah, hey, can you say us a couple of words just fast and all that we can hear you?
Of course. Labas, labas vakaras. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Jana, for inviting me. So yeah, I wish we have nice and really productive evening. A lot of work now.
Definitely we will. We have lots of questions and participants. So I suggest us to start to go quickly through the introduction part, and to get to the golden topic we will help. So actually, what is the schedule for today? You can see on my screen the agenda, how we will work today. Some couple minutes we will devote for introduction of International House Vilnius, and I'd like to present you how can we be useful and helpful to you, and in what matters you can actually address your questions, concerns to us, and how we can help you. Then I will also present the job market, so the main platforms and some tips how and where to look for job opportunities, and then the main part we will have from the speaker about the CV, the motivation. We will also answer those questions that you had written in the registration form, and definitely we will spend some time answering all the questions that we will have from you during the workshop. So yeah, first of all, let me start then with introducing International House Vilnius. What is the mission of International House Vilnius? It is a new institution, so only in this November we will celebrate the first year of International House Vilnius project. And for us, it is important, to know that we are helpful to all the newcomers in Vilnius, and we are doing our best, and we are really proud of all the achievements we have already. But still, we are a young institution, and also we are problem solvers. So what exactly problems do we solve? So first thing is an institutional. So let's imagine 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you're a newcomer who just came to Lithuania, do not speak the language at all, do not understand many things, especially about the bureaucracy and social securities and healthcare, how to register to a doctor, etc. And you just run into city and actually trying to get some help, to get some advice. So it was such a challenge, I must say to you. But now what we have, actually, what is the first solution International House Vilnius provides? It's that under one roof, in one office, we have different institutions sitting together in different spots, for sure, and providing all the consultations for free, because we are also public institutions, so all our events, consultations, activities are for free. So the same for the institution you can see also on my screen. And these institutions provide consultations and assistance in English language, in Russian language, so you can feel free all the time to start speaking to them in English when you come into International House Vilnius. At some point, you may need to know about social guarantees, to register to a doctor, to pay your taxes, to know more about the city. So you're welcome to come to the International House Vilnius office, and also to consult with the institutions. I will also provide the address and contacts soon in the next slides. What else? Actually, International House Vilnius, yes, it's not only about the institutional. Someone wrote that I have an echo, but I hope it's not that terrible, the sound. Yeah, I will try to continue and hope that it will not damage the sound a lot. So yeah, what else? It's not only institutional thing, but also integration. So I would name it like that because in International House Vilnius, especially my part of the job is aimed to integrate all the newcomers in Vilnius. What do we have for that actually? It's online workshops, community building events, job seeking events, some presentations, relocation guides for let's say, welcome pack for all the newcomers. Also language courses, yes, we do have those also for free in different languages. You can learn Lithuanian language, but yeah, the language courses are like codified, so you know it's actually really fast. All the places are taken. So subscribe to our social media and to know first when we have those. Also, we have a mentorship program, Befriend, for all the internationals who would like to meet a local and befriend a local, and many more. So yes, you can actually see what we have on our website, to check our YouTube, all of the workshops are being recorded, and you can check some of the information we already have with different speakers on the different topics. And I believe that the ones that can be relevant to you is a successful job interview in Lithuania that we also recorded with a really nice HR with the practical tips how to pass your interview, especially if you don't know the language, but still it's not a barrier at all. So yes, also leaving here the links to the social media, just for you to know and to be updated, because we also post different articles about how to drive in Lithuania, how to register to a doctor, how to open a bank account, so where to go at in a different topics that can be useful for you. So yeah, as I promised, I leave in the context in here. If you would like to get a consultation with institutions, so you just find the International House Vilnius website, type it in Google, and then you can see a schedule a meeting on the top on our website. You just press there, and then you choose the date and the time with a specific institution, and then you can get a consultation. You can also see the address. You can also write and send email or call us. We also have a hotline on different matters. We will try to help you as much as we can. One more really important thing, how we will communicate, because we are not allowed to talk, a lot of us in here today, but still, how we will communicate. So please check your Zoom. So, and you will see that there is Q&A section, and you can write your questions to a Q&A. Then we will see that it is a question, that it is addressed to the speaker, and you would like to get your answer. So if some of you can, please try it, write anything in the Q&A section so I could see it works for you and you know how to navigate it. And also, if you would like to communicate with other people, to express some of your opinion, you know, to share your experience, you can also do it in chat. And then we will also communicate with you in that way. So then I believe that we may start with the main part of the presentation. And then my main goal is to introduce to you the platforms and actually tips where to look for job opportunities. So first thing I'd like to mention that Vilnius is a really fast developing city, and there's some specific key sectors that are developing really fast and in Vilnius. So those are fintech, IT and communication, biotechnology, and lasers. So it does not mean that all other sectors are not developing. No, that means that the main interest of the city is to develop some specific key sectors in Vilnius. So let's say Vilnius is very proud to be the #1 capital for the fintech in European Union. So lots of fintech companies are operating in Lithuania, in Vilnius in particular, as well as in IT, biotechnology, lasers, and if you actually have an interest in one of those fields, or you already have some experience in one of those fields, so consider yourself lucky. You will find the job easily, but definitely you will find a job even if you're outside of the fields like me. I am not from any of those fields, but still, just to cheer you up. Then the second fact, actually, I decided that it might be nice to share with you, and the Lithuania is in top 5 for countries that is the best place to work remotely. It does mean that many companies will offer you some hybrid mode of working. Also, it can be, fully remotely job. So for those who really enjoyed it during the Corona time, you will find it relevant. For sure, it does not mean that definitely you will work only remotely, but just for you to know that the working and workplace culture is very open to be in the remote mode for employees and those. So actually, what's next? The main part. The main part is about job seeking, and I also have on my slides some main platforms that I would like um, to talk about today. And I will start with the first one, which I consider relevant, especially to the students. So this one is a work in Lithuania. It's not just a platform, it's a public institution who's working for talent attraction to Vilnius. So on their website, you can check the jobs, internships, some volunteering. You can use the filters and to define actually what you're looking for. But also on this website, you can read information about relocation, some information about getting a job, and I mean from the legal perspective, how you can do it. So and discover Lithuania as well. So you can start to check the temperature on the website. Second, what I would like actually to also elaborate on is a LinkedIn. Just for your information, that the LinkedIn is one of the main sources in Lithuania, not just to apply for a job, but also to present yourself. So even if you found a job on some other platform, let's say on CV Bankas, I will talk about the platform later. You found the job on a different platform, but still it is really useful for you to have an account on a LinkedIn where you can also present some of your achievements. You can have endorsement from your colleagues, from your former employer, because usually if you're applying for the highly qualified job, the HR will check your LinkedIn account since it's your online presentation. And so I highly recommend you, if you're looking for a high qualified jobs, to check the LinkedIn and also to have a good account on the LinkedIn and good profile. So then the CV Bankas, I believe the platform that can be most useful to you because it's a #1 most visited job website. And it is usually when you just open the website, it is in Lithuanian, but back in the right corner, you can switch the language, not only to English, but to some other languages. And I'd recommend you to use the filter. So first of all, to write the city, the category, but if you know that you're looking for some specific type of job, and in the keywords, I'd recommend you to write in English, so you could know that the job require English, and that's also answer to the question if it's necessary to know Lithuanian in order to work in here. It's not, but for sure you should have a solid English or some other language in order to work. The website also presents the range of salaries, and in Lithuania there's a law that the company must present the salary range at least, if not the precise number. So it's also good for you to discover what is actually now in demand, what the positions and what are the salaries to those positions. So I recommend you to be an investigators and to look for the bigger picture to understand what is the positions in demand and how it's being paid for. So then next, what we have really also nice platforms is the CV Market and CV Online, and I'm amazed by the number of 26,000 jobs. So it means that some of the jobs are definitely requiring Lithuanian, but some solid percentage of it is not requiring it. So um, also, I recommend you to search by a keyword English language for some specific skills if you don't have a Lithuanian language, because it's not always in demand as well. Then this platform, which is Workis, it's a platform for those who are seeking for a part-time job or one-day job, even, let's name it. Because on Workis, you can find just a job for a weekend. Let's say if you're a student or some part-time job, they have excellent ratings from those who also use the platform. They also have a website and an application. So I suggest you also to check the Workis if you, let's say, dreamed to work one day in restaurant business, just to understand how is it, or maybe you are looking for this part-time job. So also nice service to start with. Then Skobo is also a platform, and it's been designed specifically for internationals, for foreigners in Lithuania. So the Skobo platform is dedicated to present all the open positions for non-Lithuanian speakers. They also have website in different languages like English, Arabic, and Ukrainian, and some other languages as well. So when some of the positions you can also see if they require some specific language. And moreover, there are some jobs like a customer support, let's say, that companies even pay you on top if you know some specific language and can work in, let's say, French, Arabic, or any other language. So it is even an advantage to be from outside and to know languages. And yes, as a point from mine, it's also to tell you about the employment service. It is a public institution, and in Lithuania, it sounds like Užimtumo tarnyba. And just for you to know, if you would like to Google it, you can just write UŽT. You will see in my next slide. And what actually services are presented on the website. And in this institution, except for the things that you can have some advice, a consultation with a specialist who could help you find you a job. There's a different services from employment service for those who would like, let's say, recognize some documents. Or let's imagine the situation that in your country, let's say in Egypt, you work as a doctor and you would like to work as a doctor in Vilnius. So definitely you need to recognize, you need to confirm the experience you have and all the knowledge you have. So employment service in the institutions that can help you with all the documentation, also recognizing your diplomas and all other documentations, but not all countries need it. So I welcome you to check on the website. or also you can also visit us in International Hub Vilnius. We do have a representative of employment service sitting in the office where you can also consult for free in English or in Russian language. What else? Actually, there's a nice opportunity from UŽT. This is actually the naming how you can look for Užimtumo tarnyba, which is employment service. Now they have really nice collaboration with the Turing College. They suggest to pay for the courses in order for you to upskill, to gain new knowledges and to gain a certificate, and then to work in one or another fields. So I encourage you to check the website, and for those who's asking, yes, I will send also the presentations with all the links that you can see on my slides. You will definitely have all the presentations, recordings, and for those from the past and the future, from those who's watching this on YouTube, you also can go just to description, and we will post in the description all the presentations and useful links for you in order for you not to miss any piece of information. So with rolling back, with this Turing College and UŽT collaboration, you can get a funding for some of the courses that might cost 2,000 or 3,000 euros, and to get it for free. There is some applications open and some admission processes ongoing. Some of them is until November, some of them until the middle of November, and they are continuing opening new ones where you can apply and get some courses for free with the good certifications. What else? Some of you asked, there are some additional courses or academies where you can gain the experience, not necessary from university, but something else. So I present you a list of courses and schools that you can also visit and check the website and decide if it's needed for you. There's the Code Academy, Baltic Talents, etc. So as I mentioned before, you will have the presentation, and you can also check them what exactly the courses they have. But for sure, if you have any certification from other country, especially if it's international recognized certification, it is okay to also submit it in Lithuania, and even some companies in job description write that it would be an advantage to have to use this and this certification. So also pay attention to it and know that you can get some upskills in Lithuania, but also in your country. It is also okay. So yeah, and the last pieces of information from me is for those who'd like to, to have even more, let's say, considering opening a business, to have a freelancer style life. So first, what I would like to mention is that in order to start, you need to know where to look for a help, for information. So if you'd like to check the temperature, let's say, what is the investment climate, to know more about the business in Lithuania, so I suggest you to check the Invest Lithuania institution website. They do have lots of reporting, so if you're analyzing the market, you are welcome to use all the materials they have. But also there is innovation agency on their website. You can find even the guidelines, how to start a business, how to build a good business model, how to find an investors, etc. And there is one more institution, which is Startup Lithuania. For those who has a startup idea, there is also a program where you can apply your startup idea and then get all the assistance for your startup visa, for even attracting investments to your business. For those who actually would like to start smaller or already operating on the, let's say, social media business, if you would like to open an online store or even a small store, or you are having a YouTube channel, you can consider yourself a freelancer, and then you can open individual activity. And there is a VMI, which is a tax inspectorate in Lithuanian. So we also have a representative of tax service in International House Vilnius, and you are welcome to also schedule a meeting with them if you want, or also on our YouTube channel, we do have the video where you can know more about individual activity. Nevertheless, on the December 1st, why I wrote it here, we are preparing another huge workshop for those who would like to start the business, and we will also invite legal representatives so they can also explain all the peculiarities from a legal perspective. But today, actually, we will switch to more important topic related to everything that I presented already to you. I presented you platforms where to look for a job. Okay, we know it. Let's say you know all the platforms, you know the job you want, but now how to convince your potential employer that you are the one that they should hire you. So I'm passing the floor to the speaker that she will start the main part of the presentation, and yes, then help you.
Thank you, Yana. Hello again. Now I'm gonna share my presentation. Just. Present. Can you see my presentation?
I do. So I
Okay.
hope that it's not just me. Yes.
Guys, yeah, I hope you can see too. So, yeah, Yana have already told you about really important platforms and sources where you can find vacancy or announcement about any opportunity, especially about job, about your job, future job. And now today I'm gonna share with you how to prepare yourself, prepare your documents, let's say, yeah, for applying. Let's imagine that you have already found several vacancies somewhere, and now you are ready to apply, but what you have to have before applying, yeah, what you have to prepare before applying, and how you can explain your experience, your achievements, your skills, your previous results, also your background within all these documents. What kind of documents I mean? CV, resume, motivational letter, cover letter. So today we're gonna talk about these important documents. There is our plan. So firstly, short intro. After I'm gonna share with you about Lithuanian language, some tips, some links. And after we're gonna go by structure, yeah, CV, cover letter, motivational letter. Also, I've included several slides about career change, and also I have already inserted several questions which I've got through registration form from you guys. So stay tuned. We're gonna discuss all things with you. So shortly, briefly about me, I came to Lithuania 6-7 years ago as a volunteer, and I've been volunteering in the climbing gym in Kaunas. After I decided to apply for master studies, and I've been studying in Vytautas Magnus University in Kaunas, master program, educational management. After graduation, I came back to my native country, to Ukraine, and I've been volunteering, working part-time, remotely, also before pandemic, before COVID, I managed to be a volunteer according to ISEC program in Italy, exactly before the pandemic started. So that's why it's how I spent my last several years. And from December 2021, so almost 1 year, I've been working full-time in Vytautas Magnus University in the International Cooperation Department. I work with marketing things as online community manager, with students ambassadors, and many other things. So it's briefly about me and about context. During my my job, my volunteering, my staying in Ukraine after graduation here in Lithuania, I've been looking for some job in EU or in Lithuania or in other countries, but not but without any structure. Just, you know, time to time, occasionally, just okay, let's apply. Oh, just, you know, I saw when I noticed some vacancy, I thought, oh, that's just, let's apply. Why not? I don't know. And I've been applying for many vacancies. For several of them, I didn't, for many of them actually, I didn't get any answers. For some of them, from some of them, I've got several emails about interviews, about test tasks and other things. Just sharing my experience that I've been applying to TransferGo company here in Vilnius, and I had several interviews. I had even test tasks, but I didn't get that offer. And also I've applied to United Nations System Staff College in Italy, in Turin. It's one of the United Nations institutions. So I've been applying there for several times, and I think after 3 times of application, I've got an offer for interview in a, you know, panel interview with a I think four speakers from United Nations. I think I felt really nervous, but I did it. But unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, I didn't get any offer there, but I found that experience was worth to share with you. So let's go, just brief, short context. About Lithuanian language. I've got several questions from your registration form about Lithuanian language, and this is my short story how I managed to learn Lithuanian in not say easy way, but just it's my path. So I've been volunteering with kids and adults, and I learned Lithuanian language by speaking, by communicating with children, with other people, with my Lithuanian friends. Of course, I had classes in the beginning, and it was a real big help for me. But after, everything were just thanks to my environment, my friends, my volunteering, and other activities. So there are my, let's say, tips for improving your Lithuanian. Here on this slide, I just share several links and opportunities how you can improve or study Lithuanian language. For example, in my university, in Vytautas Magnus University, it's going to be an online Lithuanian language and culture winter course. Last year, actually this year, last January, this January, I've been participated there, And also I offer you to check Speak community. They have groups in Kaunas, in Vilnius. For example, in Kaunas, we have every Tuesday, we have a Lithuanian conversational club, but also you can learn Lithuanian and other languages with your buddies. It's online or in person. I'm putting here links about Kaunas, but you can just Google the same institutions in Vilnius. Even here, blah blah Vilnius, and also other things. Don't underestimate Tandem and other platforms, but other platforms are paid. You have to pay. They have some fee. Well, let's go further. I got several questions from you about Lithuanian language. And does Lithuanian language very important for your job searching, yeah, for your application for a job? And in my opinion, as you can see from the slides, it all depends on the area, on the field, or on the situation. For example, I know some colleagues, friends, they don't know Lithuanian at all, but they are working in Lithuanian companies, but they use only English and it's okay. In the same time, I've got several messages from one of the students. She studies biology, biotechnology, and she shared with me that it is actually really hard for her to find a job in the field of biotechnology here in Kaunas, in Vilnius, in Lithuania. As soon as she didn't speak, she doesn't know Lithuanian language, but of course it all depends on the many factors. So guys, let's go further to the core points, to the key points of our today's meeting. Let's start with CV. In my opinion, just it's my division. I divide CV, curriculum vitae, and resume. For me, CV it's something long, like it's a big long document with all your experience from, I don't know, from school till nowadays. Very long document where you have all your experience, all. Every participation, every education thing, every training, every skill, everything. And resume is something short where you put only relevant experience, but it's just my opinion. I do love to see it like this, that you have curriculum vitae somewhere in one, let's say in Google Docs, yeah. And when you see the vacancy, you just take the most relevant experience from your big long document, curriculum vitae, and to just combine short, relevant, customized resume for a really specific vacancy. Yeah. So the goal of resume is to show that you are suitable and you are the best candidate. And of course, you may ask how. You have to show your experience, your expertise, your results, your achievements. How to do it? We're gonna find out today. I divide experience on several categories, pillars. In my opinion, a good structure is a core. So let's divide your whole experience in 3 pillars, like educational experience, any academic experience, your job experience, work experience, also internship could be included there, and volunteering experience, something that you made. And I divide several categories, duties, and of course results. So don't mention just your duties in your CV. Of course, it's better mention your achievements, yeah, with precise numbers if it's possible. And of course, it's always good idea to mention all relevant skills and show the change. We're gonna talk about it later on the further slides. The key idea, what I suggest you, when you see, when you find a job description, a vacancy, yeah, you have to pay attention to the problems or needs of the company or organization, or I don't know, whatever. So you have to identify problems and needs, and you have to show that you are really equipped specialist and you're gonna solve and cover all the problems, all needs of the company, and show how you can do it. You can show in CV your duties and results. Let's check how to do it. As example, today I went to LinkedIn and I found the first vacancy, communication project manager in North Security. And as you can see from the job description, this screenshot, as you can see, what you will do. And I underlined the key things you have to pay attention to in your CV and other documents, further in your cover letter and your motivational letter. So communication project manager, yeah, how you can identify the problems and needs of this company, North Security, why they need a new person in their team, why they need communication project manager. Because as you can see from the first line, they need somebody who will develop and execute their social media strategy. So the problem is, and the need is that they have troubles with social media strategy, no, let's say, and they have to improve it, develop, renew, update, and so on. So just example, yeah, in your CV and further documents, cover letter, motivational letter, you have to emphasize that, first of all, you have a relevant experience, relevant previous experience in creating social media strategies, and you are equipped with skills A, B, C in order to manage to solve this problem, yeah, to create for them social media strategy, let's say, yeah. Let's go further. Also, it is the second screenshot from this vacancy from LinkedIn. They have this section, what we expect, and it's a perfect source for your CV, motivational letter, and cover letter, because as you can see, there are many keywords, as well as the previous slide. Many keywords you must use in your CV, cover letter, and motivational letter. Why, I will explain later. But please pay attention. to the skills like hard skills, soft skills, and other competencies. For example, from this slide, as you can see, the last line, they're expecting that you're gonna be a critical thinker who is able to work in a complex and fast-paced environment. It means that in your documents, CV, cover letter, motivational letter, you have to emphasize that you have this skill and describe that you and prove that you have this skill, yeah, to indicate results, achievements, let's say, yeah, or just share your experience, how you managed complex and fast-paced environment in the past, let's say. To sum up this section, try to identify needs and problems of the company and show that you are capable and you are skilled to manage them for this company. So you just gonna solve all that problems. Yeah, again. Let's go further. Why you have to pay attention to the keywords? Because many companies use different software for scanning your documents, your CV, cover letter, motivational letter, and it's going automatically. So robots, systems, platforms, programs check your CV and other documents before your documents could meet a real person, let's say. So many companies use applicant tracking software, different scanners. What you have to do? You must use exactly the same, not sentences, but word combinations, keywords combinations from the vacancies description. Yeah, as you can see on this screenshot, if it's written that they expect from me as an applicant, yeah, they expect from me that I should have excellent multitasking skills. It means that in my CV or cover letter or motivational letter, I have to mention exactly, just copy and paste exactly these two words, multitasking skills. And if I mention it in my documents, my chances to go further increased. Next one. What to do if you don't have any experience? How to write, how to create your CV, your resume? My main tip, my main advice is shift the focus to different sections, yeah, and highlight your strengths. For example, the usual CV structure consists of several parts. Yeah, we start with personal information, after work experience or internship, after education, and so on. If you don't have relevant or any experience at all, just change the focus. Start with education, yeah. After, you can just rate. For example, you had a really nice voluntary experience. Add voluntary experience and mention all skills, soft skills, hard skills, which you have already got from such experience. It's my advice. And of course, during writing, when you're gonna write your CV, cover letter, or motivational letter, it's always a good idea to use really powerful verbs, yeah, to be precise, not write, water, to be short, to be brief and precise. There are examples of different skill sets, like management skills, administrative skills, creative skills, and so on. You can Google it after my workshop, yeah, after this online meeting. But as you can see, just examples. If you need to show your, let's say, research skills, use such verbs to explain your experience, yeah. Just worth to mention, and we're gonna go further next. Cover letter. Cover letter you need when you send your, let's say, CV, your CV or motivational letter or other documents to email or, I don't know, automatic system, automatic platform when you are applying for any vacancy. And it's a short document, let's say, which consists of several main sections. Yeah. For example, the same screenshot, communication project manager for Nord Security. It's written that they expect several years of relevant experience and other skills. So keeping this in mind, and keeping in mind the checklist, what I suggest you to have in your, to write in your cover letter, yeah, it could be such example, yeah, just where you see yellow things, just change for your vacancy, just copy paste your situation, your context, your skills. What you need for cover letter, just write your name, surname, and why you are writing to. Use keywords from job description, yeah. Answer to the question, why am I the one you need? Yeah. Use specific skills, mention specific skills from the job description, of course. And of course, answer the question, why do I want to work for you? I think it's better not to use, not to write, not to ask about salary expectations, repeat all things from your CV or motivational letter, and use, cliche like enthusiastic, sociable, and communicative. Just make your cover letter unique. In this case, cover letter could go with a combination like cover letter and CV, and they supplement each other. Cover letter and your motivational letter, and of course with portfolio if you are applying for some creative vacancies. Yeah, again, use keywords and try to sell your expertise. Motivational letter. If CV has many facts, yeah, about your experience, about your past, motivational letter explains these facts you have already mentioned in your CV. So in your motivational essay, yeah, or application letter, you have to explain your motivation. You have to answer the main question, why they have to hire you, yeah. And the main goal is to explain why and describe your previous experience, why you are the best. Please keep in mind the main factors. First of all, keep the rules, follow the standards. For example, if it's written that the numbers of characters or numbers of words should be this precise number, just keep it, just follow this rule. These numbers from my presentation, just for example. Also, pay attention to deadlines, language, the format of your file, of your document. For example, if it's in Microsoft Word, it's always a bad idea. It's better to convert it in PDF. If it's written that this company requires specific structure for your motivation, for your motivational letter, just keep this structure. Just show that you follow their standards. By the way, motivational letter you can write for applying to university, or of course for applying for a job, depends on your need. There are actually many occasions in life when you need to write a motivational letter to participate in some contest or training, or just anywhere where you would like to participate and explain your motivation, and there is a contest. Of course, be brief and really precise. One paragraph and one message. Don't forget about keywords. Keep in mind that that it's better to use many keywords. Of course, it should be true, it should be about you, but with keywords, in order to go further and on all stages of the selection. If you are sincere and if you are honest, your motivational letter could be really unique. And and of course, check your grammar. If you go to describe your experience in motivational letter, it should be broader, of course, than in your CV. I offer you several structures and tools to describe your experience. Let's imagine that you have a really wide experience and many years of experience, different experience. Please make a structure. Educational experience, job experience, voluntary experience, and as it was in the previous slides in the section about CV, education, work, volunteering. So experience in that areas. And further, I'm going to show you several structures, how you can combine your thoughts. 3 options to make your text, for motivational letter. The first option is time dimension. You are starting with now, how it's now. You are describing what do you do, what do you do now, these days or months ago, let's say, now, in the first part. The second part, you describe your past, your background, your previous experience. And in the third part, you describe the future, your aspirations and your plans for this position, for this vacancy, if you applying for, So keep in mind time, this structure. Share about your nowadays, current occupation, about your past experience and your future. The second structure is questions and answers. Why you? Why this area, or why this field? Why this vacancy or position? Why this company? Why this country? Yeah, just answer. You have to answer to these questions. And the third option to structure your thoughts is essay structure, just introduction, body, and conclusion. Maybe I think it's from the school, you know it. And in order to describe your experience, I suggest to use this formula, STAR. It's abbreviation. S means situation, T means task, A means action, and R means results. So you have to prove, yeah, that you have some skills or experience, and you have to write about it in your motivational letter. Choose one skill. For example, it's leadership skills. Yeah. And describe the context, how you obtain the skill. So explain what was the situation, what kind of task you got, like what have you been responsible for, any challenges. After, describe your actions, your input. What have you done? How you have contributed? How you resolved such issue? And as a result, write what you have achieved. Next formula is formula Carl. Context, action, result, and learn. So if you have to explain your previous experience or background in any field, yeah. Firstly, in your motivational letter, you have to describe a problem, yeah, the situation, what happened. After, explain action. What have you done? Why you chose this way to solve it, yeah. Show the result. Show what happened, what was your impact, show the change you made. And of course, to sum up, show what you learned. Put yourself in the position of expert. Imagine that you are an expert. And company you are applying for is a client. So think how the company will benefit from you and describe it, write it in your motivational letter, even add in your cover letter, yeah. What new can you bring to this field? How you gonna enhance the company's human capital, and so on. So a short, brief checklist for motivational letter is greetings, introduction, body of your text, where you can choose and use structures, where I have already which I have already mentioned, or formulas, just in order to explain, to describe your experience, to show your strengths and your results. And of course, don't forget to sum up and express your action, add call to action, yeah. Express that you are ready to meet, and so on. Call to action. The bottom line of motivational letter and cover letter also show the change. What has changed thanks to your skills, competencies, experience, your decisions, actions in the past, in the previous workplace. Just keep it in mind. So if you would be able to show how you changed something, I think it's going to be a great motivational letter or cover letter. Career switchers. And first of all, please know that it's okay to change your path. Even if you graduated with one degree, yeah, in one area, in one field, it's okay to change. Personally, I read a book, Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. And it's about design approach in your career and in your life in general. The main idea is create many prototypes of your potential life or desired vacancies. Try it, and don't think about that you have to know what to do. Nobody knows. It's just a way, it's a path. What I suggest you to do, to learn, to analyze, to explore the section about on LinkedIn, and write, maybe reflection. Who are you? What do you believe in? What do you do? There are several examples from LinkedIn, but just it helps you to get the idea. And of course, it's you can use your text, yeah, your creative text for your CV, for your cover letter or motivational letter. Just discover other examples. And of course, it's always good to know what to do. Sometimes we don't know. It's a screenshot from CEO of Microsoft, Satya. And in this sentence, he explains who is he, who does he help, and what he does. So it's always better to know to who you're gonna help, your service, your skills. It's also room for reflection, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to talk about it. Based on that book, I really advise you to read this book. What are the opportunities? How can I change my career? The answer is just to try on and find a person who will tell you about his or her experience in such field. Yeah. Firstly, ask yourself, who do I need to talk to if I want to know more about field A at company B? And go to LinkedIn or ask your Lithuanian friends. Yeah. Or often it happens that a person with whom you have already spoken, they're gonna help you find a job. It happens. Other questions from the registration form. It's a long text. Okay. It's always a good idea to get a referral link. For example, you know somebody who works in booking in Vilnius, and they have this referral program. So employee from booking could send you a link as a recommendation, yeah, and you just forward this link and you can apply for specific vacancy. What to do when your request is ignored? I think it's because of your CV or cover letter or motivational letter, because they didn't have keywords, or just you didn't pass the first selection when the robot checked the documents? Try again. I don't know. How to feel confident during your interview for the first job? Oh my God, this question. It's a question for whole webinar for next online meeting. But of course, the three main ideas is preparation, to have stories to describe your soft skills. It's exactly what I had during my job interview in Italy for United Nations. They asked me about my soft skills, and I had to share the stories in order to prove my skills. And of course, practice with your friend. About being foreigner, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's, I don't like such situation when you get refused only because of that you are not from Lithuania, but sometimes it happened. Here, I share with you useful links about motivational letter, CV, cover letter, or language learning. I share books, the name of books I offer to read. And thank you, guys. Do you have any questions?
So yeah, if I can jump in really quickly, we do have some questions, and I answered some of them when you were presenting, but still we have some open questions, and I'd like to answer to those. First of all, thank you for the presentation. I really love the practical tips, all the information you provided to all the listeners. I hope that they will use it, that it will help. Especially interesting part about the CV trackers. It is really nice. I actually didn't thought about it, but yes, it is the case that some companies using those. Still, I'd like to move to the questions, and there are some questions I would like to start with, just as, because of the topic that we just finished. So I will just read it to you. So it's from Selim, and he's writing. So does motivational letter has a format of writing, or it just left to our creativity? Like it should be formal, style, or can it be like creative one for motivation?
I think it depends on the institution you're gonna apply for. Of course, if it's academic institution, you must keep the style of formal writing. Yeah. If you're applying for, let's say, digital, I don't know, creative vacancy into creative industries, of course, it's better to keep easy style, but still without any shorters, like I don't know, just keep regular style. But as I according to my experience, it matters. I've been checking many motivational letters and CV, and I've paid attention to the style. If it's coincide with the goal, yeah, where are you applying for? It matters. Next one.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And I'm just reading, we've had some questions about the language courses. Still, it is a whole topic, and I saw that you left the links also, yes, in your presentation, and I shared it with the participants in a chat. And definitely we will share all the links. It's just for me to mention. So yeah, then I'd like to read another one. It's from an anonymous attendee, so we don't know the name, but still there is a question. So question is a hard one, and yes, it is. Why it is so hard to find a job in Lithuania, as many job markets are requiring experience, and I have only internship. So in this case, what should I do according to obtain better job opportunities? Then, so how to upskill yourself? The question is.
So if you have only internship experience, but companies required work experience. Okay. Yeah, it's a hard question. It's like, you know, how to get experience if I can't I can't get experience because I can't apply for a job, but I need experience. Yeah. I would suggest to change the focus and to put up your strengths, your skills, which relevant skills which you have already get through internship experience, to emphasize your gained skills in your cover letter or just in front of.
And you know,
to pay attention to the just to focus to your obtained skills, relevant skills.
Yeah, and I see also a comment in the chat, and it's I support the comment fully. It's about if you work voluntary for some time, they will check your capabilities to after that will hire you. That is also a case that yes, you can ask, especially if you're a student and you do have possibility to work voluntarily to have as many internships as possible. That might be the way. But there is one more thing at week that maybe that's what I had when I was looking for this job. I had 3 years of experience, you know, some really nice experience from international organizations, but I couldn't find a job for a couple of months. And what was my problem? I was applying to the wrong jobs. The thing is that I'm also a foreigner, as you who's listening us today, and sometimes it is hard to understand even the namings of the positions. What I mean is that there's different companies and they can name the same specialist in a different way. So even if you read the application and it seems to you that yes, I'm the best candidate for this one, the employee do not think so. So this is a bit of, you know, cultural differences that we can perceive communication specialists must have this and this skills because we know it from other countries. But let's say in this country, it can be different. So the thing is that try more, apply as much as possible, and for sure, you know, try to improve yourself as far as you're waiting for the answer. Try to understand what kind of job you really need, because maybe sometimes you're just applying to the wrong job. That's why you are not getting any response. And in some other job, you even didn't thought it is possible, you might get a, you know, an offer. That would be it from my side, but still we do have some questions, so I can also give the floor to our speaker. So I see that we do have some questions, participants asking us for some specific positions in some specific fields. So let's say we do have a person with a degree in law. We do have a person who has criminology majors, physics majors. So what to do for those people after graduation, how to understand to what job to apply, maybe some tips, tricks.
Okay, for law, if we're speaking about the law, I would search for any events in this field in Vilnius or in Lithuania, online or in person. And I would ask to be a volunteer in that event. For example, forum for lawyers. I don't know. I'm not in that field. I have no idea, but just, you know, in order to get into inside of the sphere, let's say inside of the bubble of law, of persons who are working in that field. So just to Google in Lithuanian, or to ask your Lithuanian friends to Google for you in order to find events, forums, workshops. But it's good to find a big event and ask, maybe they need the volunteers and you could volunteer there. Also, you could think about your, let's say, future, about the name of your future job position. Go to LinkedIn, type several keywords in your area, in your field. I have no idea about law, but I would go like this and check profiles of the people who are already worked in that field, in your field in Lithuania, and ask them. Just write in LinkedIn and ask them, maybe they have any they know about any events, forums. I don't know. I would like.
Yeah, so
I would
create a
like
network. That's a really good advice. Have a network. So the people who can advise you. But if I may, to take the attention to the next questions, and which is related to the CV, I do remember that Johanna had a slide with for those who don't have a solid experience to present. But here is the otherwise situation. What if person has too many experiences? We have a person with a 20 plus years of experiences, and it's really hard to actually to put it on, especially in the short CV. So then what to do if you have too much?
Oh, such interesting question. Yeah. It's interesting because I can imagine a person who has 20 and more years of solid experience in one field. I could imagine, yeah. Or maybe no, because usually our experience consists of several pillars,
Maybe
areas.
it is in different, the person
Yeah, in
didn't.
different intersections. And I think it's better to choose to pick the most relevant experience, and in order to, let's say, to sell your candidacy if you are applying for a job, it's better to choose. And of course, I think as shorter as your CV shorter, it's better.
Yeah,
I mean, not it's not like you don't have a lot of experience, but what kind of experience? We're going to talk about quality of your experience. I don't know. Of course, I could mention that I went to the dance contest in school, in a competition of dancing, let's say, but it's not relevant. I mean, of course, it's not like this in your CV, but still, just let's pick the most relevant experience. And your selection should be based on the keywords from the description of vacancy and values of the company where you're applying for, and key needs and key problems which your which company has in order to show that you are able, you are skilled, you are equipped to solve this company's problems.
So thank you a lot. And now I'd like to take the floor and to answer to one question, which is more bureaucracy and legal related, my part. So we do have a question: if can Erasmus student work in Vilnius? Yes, you can, and there is actually legislation that you can work a part-time or a full-time. So since this September, sorry, last September, we just had, you can work full-time. And you can find some contract. I know a guy from France who just came here into Vilnius this semester to study just for 2 semesters as an exchange student, but he managed to find the job just as on a contract basis. So yes, you can work, and it does not matter you're from EU or non-EU country. So yes, you can do it. And for the same students, because it is the next comment also that there are some first semester students at Vilnius University, so it means you're fresher. So what the advice could be is to look for any activities in university and any paid or unpaid internships to start with the from the beginning. Let's say you do have the possibility to combine work and studies. It is not forbidden by law. So that would be my answer. And I do see that we have one more question to the speaker, which is also about the person who just came, the fresher here. It is a question in the chat, but still the person who has 2 years of a job experience and some academic and market experience, and what is actually the chances to get job with such a CV? So maybe some analysis from your side.
Is it in chat? Yeah, just wanna see the question.
Yes, it is. It is in chat.
Like who wrote it?
Um,
About civil engineering?
yes.
Yeah. Civil engineering. Unfortunately, I'm not really understand what civil engineering means. Sorry. But I would suggest to go to LinkedIn and try to find specialist experts as workers in civil engineering and check their profiles, what path they had, what was their career steps in order to get this idea about options for you. And maybe that's why that's how you can get idea where to apply for. For example, you go to LinkedIn and you found several guys in Lithuania, in Vilnius, who are working as a civil engineers, and you just checked their LinkedIn profiles, especially section experience, job experience, and you can see their previous companies and previous organizations they have already worked, but they don't work there anymore. So you can write and check, you can check that companies and organization websites, maybe they have vacancies. I would do like this.
Okay, excellent, and thank you for that one. And really good advices, especially checking the LinkedIn profiles. And I see also in the chat, not in the Q&A, but still a questions related more to my part of the presentation and even a job-related thing. So it is about working in municipality and some municipality institutions in Lithuania. So it means that it also applies to all governmental institutions. So the question if it's a need to speak good Lithuanian or to be a citizen of Lithuania. So, or is it depends on municipality or institutions? So, what about the work in governmental institutions? Yes, you should speak good Lithuanian. You should be a citizens, but there are some exceptions. Let's say International Hub Vilnius, we are part of two different public institutions. And my Lithuanian, let's say, is not the best, and I can work still in International Hub Vilnius by using knowledge of the foreign languages I have. So it is depends of what departments you are going to and what kind of job you will do. So first question would be, do I need this language in order to do the good job? So working in municipality, let's say education department, where you need to deal with the documentation in a language of the country, so definitely you should have it, the language at least. So it's not about the citizenship, it is about the language for this specific job. And on this note, I also do have one small announcement to make for those who also show the interest to work in the, let's say, public sector, because it is a good experience in to gain in Lithuania. So in the International Hub Vilnius, we are also currently looking for an intern and for the project management. So we may need some help and assistance for job my team is doing as well. So for those who also can be interested in getting an internship and gaining the experience, I will leave in the chat the email where you can send your CV, motivational letter, or at least to address to us your interest and to show that you have interest to have an internship. So please, then I will write the email, and if you're interested to get an internship in International Hub Vilnius, you're welcome to address the email to us. And maybe while I'm doing that, we could still answer the last question and then to finish, because we see that we already have limited time. So the person is also an anonymous attendee. It's from Q&A session for Johanna. Also to navigate better, it's about the one who's the first semester master's student in physics department, but he or she, I don't know, also have 5 years of a teaching experience. Maybe some combinations, how to shape all the skills together.
I think it's a perfect combination when you have a teaching experience, yeah, and you're gonna have, and you are now obtaining a really deep knowledge in one field, let's say. You can check schools, international schools in Vilnius. They usually have they would like to have English speaking teachers for children, or it's difficult to advise something because it's not my area, not my field, but still, yeah. Physics physics, of course. There are some communities of people in Lithuania who are working in also in intersectional areas, yeah, like combination biotechnology and physics, environment things and physics, IT things and physics. So maybe you could find something on the in the point of intersection. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's not my cup of tea, but still.
Yeah, definitely. We are here to advise you, to help you to understand how to build your CV, to understand what are the formulas, but and answering questions that we also had in Q&A. Is there a possibilities? Is there some opportunities? Yes, there are opportunities. You just need to work hard to have your goal, to have your milestone, how you will get to the goal, and you will definitely get to it. You will pass in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months, but you will if you actually working on that. So in any fields you are, there are possibility to work in Lithuania. And if you would like to know even more, we have on our YouTube channel video about a successful job interview in Lithuania. So I suggest you to check it on our YouTube channel, where our HR also explains what is the temperature for English speaking job in Lithuania, because it's been not a long time ago that the country started actually having big international companies that can work in international environment with an English language. So I also advise you to check it, and I believe that on this note we could even finish the workshop, and to have a great evening after that, reflecting on all the information. What do you say, Hannah? Agree?
Oh yeah, I'm just I'm just thinking that I'm so
Still thinking about physics, right? I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm still thinking about this, what kind of opportunities it could be. And yeah, I lost my thing, my thought.
So if you come
But
up
still,
with
I'm thinking
something,
about physics. Yeah, you are right.
so I can feel you. So if you will come up with something, perhaps we have contacts of other participants. Maybe you will send the answer. Who knows? So yeah, but nonetheless, we will not wait until you have the answer. I'm joking, but still, thank you to everyone who participated today, who listened to us, and thank you for those who watched on YouTube the recording. And I wish you the great evening ahead. Thank you for joining, and visit International House Vilnius website. And I see someone already started learning Lithuanian, is writing a Slava Yachu. So thank you, and thank you, Hannah, very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice evening. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Yana, for inviting me. Yeah, I'm happy to share my experience with you. Thank you.